So the goal of this project is to do something that exactly 50% of people will love and 50% of people will hate. This is the model we start with. Gandalf on cart, a mostly useless profile from the last edition, but still one of my favorites. I got it at the 2024 Las Vegas Open. I actually have a whole video about that on the channel if you're interested. Might have been the second video I made, actually. So hopefully it's worse than what you're currently watching. But I digress. This model is the reason I started my Shire army, which is now well over 100 models. And with a little inspiration from this TikTok.
You ever ridden a horse before? Heck yeah, dude. That's not how you ride a horse. Holy fucking shit.
Gandalf on cart will become the reason no lore-accurate Middle-earth table is safe. This is version 1.0 of Gandalf on cart. It is ridiculous, and I love it. The cart is popping a wheelie, Gandalf and the hobbits are armed to the teeth, and it even has workable spinner rims. It's pretty trashy, but I've come a long way since I made this. So I think if I made it again, I could make Gandalf shred even harder. Here is my proof of concept. We'll start with the base and build up from there. Last time I did the Shire bases, I cheated and used this mat by cutting it up and gluing it to the base. This time, I'll cheat again. Just, stay on brand. But I will give it a little more variety by using my static grass applicator. After printing a large collection of bits, I got to work. The three key elements here are the horse itself, which has to be in a really organic falling position to avoid that static look of version 1.0. The cart is going to have to be bigger than the original model, but I did find a version on Thingiverse that was pretty much the same size, minus the fireworks and stuff in the back, but we're going to be blasting something else in the Shire this time around. And finally, we need the Gandalf part of the equation. Now, this doesn't quite look like a wizened old wizard yet, but with some milliput and a lot of work off camera, because I can't seem to stay on camera, I think I'm gonna get him pretty damn close. As likely to slay a monster as he is to shotgun one to start his day. I'm gonna skip over the painting stuff, but I did take my time and I am really happy with how it came out. Besides that, I just wanted to pop in and say that I've really enjoyed making videos. YouTube's been a lot of fun. Due to some potential job insecurity, let's say, I may have a lot more time to make videos. I also might have no time to make videos. I don't know what's going on yet, but regardless, I'm going to try to stick to the 2 a month, and I hope to see you at both of them. Well, enough about that. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, share with your friends, show your mom, whatever you gotta do. Let's go kick flip a horse. And so, here's the army. The Shire maxes out at 500 points currently and has no warriors. Right now, to be frank, it's hot garbage. But with the addition of warriors in the future, I do think it's gonna be pretty solid. The key elements here are Rosie and her 6-inch banner, and Lobelia's 2+ unresistible transfix, which is just about as good as it sounds, so long as you ignore the fact that she's defense 2. The reason, though, I'm making this video is Gandalf on cart. The cart makes him cavalry, which gets him up to 3 attacks, which is super important, and unlocks his special firework rule. This rule allows him to knock one model prone and give another model -1 to their dual rolls each fight. This makes him an absolute menace to heroes, though at 200 points, he's a very, very expensive one. Our scenario was hold ground, and my opponent deployed first. The Wildmen horde moved onto the board, led by Wolf and Freka, and at the expense of 5 might, most of my army came on the same side. Merry was the first to go. as Bilbo slipped on the ring and killed a Wildman. The turns continued, and Gandalf took short engagements, winning them as the lines began to clash. Honestly, it was looking pretty good. The combination of Gandalf's fireworks and Lobelia's scolding kept my opponent's heroes in check as Sam and the farmers started racking up kills. Up until this point, I was winning. However, that didn't last very long. Bilbo, unfortunately, spent the rest of the game pacing back and forth under the influence of the ring, as the Wildmen made their way around our stalwart line.
What'd you just do?
A 6, a 4, and a 5. I think that's 3 wounds, and I think I get to roll it all again because I think she's trapped. So I think the game of golf was invented. So.
Lobelia, please!
I think that's probably it, but I don't think anything else is.
3 wounds, though.
Yeah, it is.
No fate left.
All right, yeah. All right, bye-bye, Gandalf.
My boy.
I think that might save me.
My boy. Anyway, this has been fun. This was a good challenge. It just got worse and worse as I kept doing it. And I hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. That's all I have for you today. Fucking